Hello everyone. How are you? Hope all is well. Remember, you can climb the ladder of success, but if your mind is not programmed for the success, it's meaningless. So, this story is particularly interesting. Not only the act that happened, but the people involved and some of the people in the music fraternity that are a part of the situation and the society of which some are fans of both of these artists. So, Tory Lanez, his real name is Daystar Peterson, who really is a Canadian rapper, shot Megan Thee Stallion, real name Megan Pete, who is from Houston, Texas. So, Tory shot Megan in her foot after they both left a pool party at Kylie Jenner's house on July the 12th, 2020. So Megan, who is the victim, lied to the police and the doctors to protect Tory by telling them that she stepped on glass that broke and cut her in her foot. I wondered what the hell kind of a reason could make me protect someone who just tried to damage me. That's some serious cry for help. That's mental, man. But as we continue, you can see why she protected him at first. Because as a sexy, provocative, look good woman, she know the body club would not understand her plight. Because Tory Lanez is their body. That's really some sick crap if you ask me. Because Megan was then hospitalized and underwent surgery. Now the doctors and the police investigating found out that she was lying as there was bullet fragments in her foot. And that's when she admittedly confessed to the whole happenings on August the 20th, 2020. Then she did a public live identifying Tory Lanez as her attacker, and she did so in her Instagram live. I guess she was upset because when it came out that she was shot, Tory Lanez's publicist intentionally attempted to spread false information about the shooting. Megan said the reason she never told the authorities what had happened at first was because she thought the LAPD police was a bit aggressive and that the neighbors are who called the police. So the police came. She was scared because she's right there with Tory and all the excitement going on, and he had a license firearm. They would not take kindly to seeing that. And she definitely did not want to die that day. As she said, in the confusion, she's thinking the police may shoot and she would get caught in it with Tory, who is in possession of a gun, in the car with her and is now surrounded by police officers. So to keep the situation calm, she said nothing on it and continued on the cut by glass narrative proposed by Tory publicists. Megan explained it all started when Megan sitting in the front seat of the car and Tory sitting at the back started arguing. Then all four started arguing. The bodyguard and her friend joined in. She never said exactly what the argument was about, but seeing they all coming from a pool party and was drunk, we can bet it's some waist-loose argument. Coupled with that fact, she decided to exit the vehicle. While Tory firing shots at her foot, he was saying, "Dance, bitch, dance." That says a lot as to possibly what was going on in the vehicle. Megan said also it's not true. The rumors out there that the argument stemmed from Tory Lanez's romantic interest in Kylie Jenner at the pool party that they all were leaving from. She said as the shots fired at her feet, the injuries caused her to fall to the ground. She had to crawl away on her hands and knees to a safety area. Tory Lanez, drunk, continued by trying to bribe her and her friend with her not to say anything because he's on probation, so she must put her feelings aside and sorry for him. In Brighty? Typical attitude for most black men with money, where woman is worth squat to them. So Tory was only arrested for charges of carrying a concealed weapon in a vehicle and not for shooting Megan. He was later charged with 1 felony count each of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, personal use of a firearm, as well as carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. So when you check it out, his 10 years in prison, is not just for Megan, it's for all these things that he need to take responsibility for doing and is guilty of. The prosecutor further said he personally inflicted great bodily harm to Megan Thee Stallion. Megan's friend, who was also in the vehicle with Tory that night of the incident, also received a phone call from Tory while he was held in jail, apologizing for something he did that night. So with that bit of information, you can imagine what may have been going on that night in the vehicle. It's possible what happened that night is that they all at the pool party, vibing, having fun, drinking, woman looking sexy, men enjoying themselves, taking in the view of all these various feelings start to rise. So after leaving, the four went into Tory's vehicle, taking some spicy, explicit, sexual ideas with them. They start to talk crap in the vehicle. Megan upset maybe the way old Tory said it and decided to exit the vehicle. And that's how it all started. Can bet you I'm not really far off. At the end of the day, an act of violence occurred. And the most disappointing thing about all this is that so many music industry associates are on the side of the perpetrator and is doing their best to make the victim feel like a waste person. No matter what our history or our body count is, a vicious act was committed. Megan Thee Stallion is a victim of Tory shooting her point blank fact. And it is all the way wrong. So it is very unfortunate all the tearing down and character assassination been done to Megan Thee Stallion. It is disgusting and disappointing. Instead, we should be saying, hey Tory, you messed up. You shot Megan. You were responsible for that. No one held your hands and made you do it. Take responsibility for your action. Thank God for the justice system. The judge handled the situation despite all these big name artists that came together, wrote letter to the judge to have leniency, despite knowing he's always been caught up in the law for excessive use of his gunplay on people. Look what he did to August Alsina, which is still in court on right now. Even through a phone call, Tory Lanez contacted Kelsey, Megan's friend, who was there with them the night, and apologized about the incident and how he never meant to hurt anyone, but was too intoxicated. Isn't that admission that Tory know that he did wrong? But yet he still publicly tear down Megan and encourages friends and fans to vilify Megan. And it is sad when you look at it and you see a lot of these big name artists that we love so much is in on it too, knowing the kind of person that he is, leaving her victimized over and over again, and have been trying over and over again to intimidate her. He showed no public remorse about what he did and continue to vilify her and continuously ignore the restraining orders between himself and Megan. He's continued speaking about what going on at the trial publicly, disregarding the courts prohibiting him from doing so and talking about the case, ultimately resulted in a guilty verdict for 10 years, which he has to do at least 85% of it. Now we hear he is having a hard time handling and processing a 10-year sentence. Even after sentencing, he allegedly says he refuses to apologize for the charges he been wrongfully convicted of. If delusion was a person, that's him. All the way to the end, no accountability for what he did. No remorse. These kinds of men just look at women as sexual objects with no rights. No matter how outrageous the act is that is perpetrated on a woman, there is always some people somewhere to justify that kind of act on a woman. And that is so very sad and disappointing. Anyway, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my platform, please. Love you all. Bye for now.